This is what healing actually looks like. And no, it's not always peaceful. It's not always a slow walk in the park, a soft sunrise, or a warm cup of tea with journaling. Sometimes, healing feels like breaking. It starts quietly, often without you noticing. A moment of silence that lingers too long. A question in your mind you never dared to ask before. A deep breath taken, not to calm down, but because you forgot how long you've been holding it. You start to realize you're tired, not just physically, but in your bones, your thoughts, your heart. That exhaustion is the first whisper of healing, because for the first time, you're letting yourself feel the weight you've been carrying. Healing sneaks in on the days you cancel plans without guilt. On mornings when you wake up and decide to eat, not to diet, not to punish, not to reward, but just to nourish. When you look in the mirror and don't flinch. When you notice how tight your shoulders have been and stretch, not to burn calories, but to be kind. It looks like sleeping for 10 hours and still feeling like you need more. Like crying over small things because your body has decided it's finally safe enough to cry. Like laughing at something dumb and feeling the laughter echo in the space that once held only tension. Sometimes healing means saying no to people, to habits, to the parts of yourself you once protected but now outgrow. It feels like loss, sometimes, because it is. You're not just letting go of pain, you're letting go of who you were when you were surviving. That version of you did their best, and now you're learning that doing your best doesn't have to mean burning yourself down just to keep going. Healing shows up in weird ways. Like suddenly wanting to clean your room, like unfollowing someone without drama, like sitting in a messy kitchen and choosing to eat slowly, like drinking water when your brain tells you to drink coffee for the third time, like pausing in the middle of a spiral and thinking, this thought isn't helpful. You may still get anxious, still feel unmotivated some days, still wake up sad. That doesn't mean you're not healing. That means you're human. Healing doesn't erase the past. It rewrites your relationship with it. There will still be moments when the old you speaks up, the one who expects rejection, who fears silence, who over-explains everything to be loved. And in those moments, healing is the voice that says, it's okay. I'm here. You're safe now. There's nothing linear about it. One day you'll feel powerful and grounded. The next, fragile and unsure. And that's okay. Because healing isn't perfection. It's practice. It's showing up for yourself again and again, even when it feels pointless. Especially when it feels pointless. Sometimes healing is in the pause. The silence between old patterns and new choices. The second where you catch yourself before reacting. The moment when you notice your breath getting shorter and choose to slow it down. That pause, that awareness is sacred. It's where transformation lives, and you'll find yourself surprised, too, by how much noise you used to tolerate, how much discomfort you accepted as normal. You'll start to recognize peace not as a lack of chaos, but as a presence that asks nothing from you except to just be. That kind of peace is unnerving at first. You might try to sabotage it, but slowly your nervous system learns. This is safety. This is okay. You'll start having conversations with your body. You'll begin to notice how certain foods make you feel heavy, while others feel like fuel. You'll realize movement doesn't have to be punishment. A walk counts. A stretch counts. Sitting in the sun with your eyes closed counts. Rest is productive when you're healing. Stillness is not laziness, it's listening. And the healing journey makes you sensitive. That's not a weakness, it's clarity. You'll pick up on people's energy more. You'll sense when something isn't aligned. You'll know when to walk away without needing a reason. You'll feel more, cry more, laugh more. Your emotions will feel more alive because you're no longer numbing. Sometimes healing looks like going back to things you loved as a child, drawing badly, dancing alone in your room, talking to your plants, eating slowly, being bored without picking up your phone. There's something deeply healing about returning to innocence, to wonder, to simplicity. And healing, too, is realizing that not everyone will come with you. You'll outgrow some people, or rather, you'll grow, and they'll stay the same. It's painful, but it's not your job to shrink just so others feel comfortable. You don't have to explain your growth. You're allowed to change. In fact, you're meant to. Sometimes, healing feels like loneliness because the noise stops and all you're left with is yourself. But if you stay long enough in that quiet, something beautiful happens. You meet yourself. Not the version you perform, not the mask you wear, but the real, raw you. And that you is worth knowing. You'll begin to trust yourself again, slowly, gently. You'll stop looking outside for all the answers. You'll ask your body what it needs. You'll ask your heart if this feels true. You'll make decisions that don't always make sense to others, but feel right to you. That's alignment. That's healing. You may still feel broken sometimes. That's okay. Healing doesn't mean you'll never feel broken. Again, it means you'll know how to hold yourself when you do. It means you'll stop abandoning yourself when things get hard. You'll be the safe place you've always needed, and one day you'll realize you've changed. Not in a loud, dramatic way, but in a subtle, quiet confidence. In how you say no without guilt. In how you ask for help. In how you rest. In how you love. In how you let yourself be loved. You'll feel it in the mornings. You wake up and no longer dread the day. In the meals you eat with presence. In the friends who make you feel seen. In the way your home begins to reflect your peace. In how your laughter returns. In how your body softens. And there will be relapses, not into old habits, but into old emotions. You'll feel shame again, fear again, but this time you'll have tools. This time you'll have awareness, you'll have language. You'll say, this is grief, not regression. This is fear, not failure. You'll breathe, you'll stay, you'll move through. You'll realize healing is messy, but it's also sacred. It's the most human thing you'll ever do. And it's not just for the big traumas. It's for the everyday wounds, the tiny heartbreaks, the chronic stress, the subtle self-abandonment. You deserve healing, even if no one sees your pain. Especially then, you may never get an apology. You may never get closure. But healing teaches you that you don't need them to be free. Forgiveness isn't for them, it's for you. And sometimes the most radical form of healing is saying, I let go, not because they deserve peace, but because you do. This is what healing looks like. Ordinary moments done with intention. A life built on kindness toward yourself. Small acts that add up. Making your bed, choosing a book over a screen, drinking water before coffee, going to bed when you're tired. That's the foundation of a healed life, not perfection, not performance, but presence. It feels like exhaling, like coming home, like finally being able to say, I'm okay, and mean it, not because everything is fixed, but because you're no longer fighting yourself. And most of all, healing teaches you that you were never broken to begin with, just buried, just silenced, just scared, but always whole. And now you're remembering. You're remembering how to breathe, how to feel, how to trust, how to begin again and again and again.